What is up, YouTubers, gamers, hobbyists everywhere? Welcome to Chill with Pete, the coffee break catch-up series that you put on in the background whilst I catch up with my life to date, my hobby to date, any bits and pieces that come to mind, all over a nice cup of coffee while we both chill out, hence the name. And there we go. Oh, apologies. First of all, I can see now I'm going to have to get this done really quickly. Well, as quick as I can. Apologies for the unsightly wall there. I had a bit of damp coming through there, so I'm in the process of taking that down. That's difficult when you got all this other stuff. I've got nowhere literally to put it, so I'm having to work around it. But that's okay. It's doable. It's I've got to do it in stages though, and this week, because it's Sunday today, so this coming week, I want all the crap taken off it. That's what I want to do. Well, preferably all the crap taken off of it, and it's sealed in with the. Hang on, I've got it here. Sorry, bashing the microphone with my leak sealer. Not that it should leak now, because you've had the guttering replaced, brand new guttering, which I think was the problem. Last couple of winters, you can't really neglect it, and because this side of the house faces all the weather, it gets it all, it takes a right battering. These walls are really thick. I mean, that goes in and out some. It's not like your standard couple of bricks wide. They are huge, thick walls here. So I got some work to do, but it's going to be interesting. If nothing else, it's going to be interesting. That's going to keep me probably occupied after work, in between work, all that kind of stuff. I'm just taking my shoes off a minute because my feet get hot. I haven't been able to go in the water this weekend. Something happened to my knee end of last week. I don't know what. Pulled something, done something, twisted something. I'm at that age where you've only got to sneeze wrong and you've done some damage somewhere, right? So anyway, that's healing up, and it is healing quite nicely as it happens. But I've just got to be patient. So I wasn't able to go in the water this weekend, which is a shame. Our daughter was up, but she's got a couple issues of her own at the moment, so she wasn't able to go in the water this weekend either. My wife was there left thinking, I could really go in, but like I said, there's plenty of time. We've got all this month and possibly even time next month to go in the water. I mean, the water's still quite warm in September here usually, even though that's like end of the summer and all the rest of it, but that's good. So I've been really enjoying the hot weather here. I love it. People moan like hell, but I absolutely love it. True, hobby wise, it also can affect that because it saps your energy, and just not able to do it. I must get my act together with the fighting fantasy books. I know I've got to do Forest of Doom next. That's on my list. I've got the sheet already and the dice and everything, clipboard, blah blah blah. Just need some time to sit down and start playing through it. I don't know how many goes it's going to take. As I've said before, even if I get quite a way through it but don't complete it, I'll be happy. It's still an adventure. An adventure doesn't have to be a win as such, but probably a few goes to get quite far. If I die in the first few paragraphs or whatever, then I'm going to have another go. Do you know what I mean? Or I get killed by a bad luck roll or something. I'm going to have another go. Because, and I'll tell you something I used to do as a kid with them. Say a bad luck roll early on, like within the first few pages or paragraphs. You fail it. You die. Right, start again. I'll just keep the same character. So basically it's like saying, all right, what if I didn't fail? Because I'm going to make it's only early on in the adventure, I'm going to make all the exact same decisions leading up to that point. Do I fail it this time? No, then I carry on. So you could look at that and say, yeah, technically that's cheating, but it's your game. Do it however you want. Here's the thing: who's to know? As long as you're having fun, that's the main thing, right? So it was payday, as you probably all know. So I got a few minis on order for role playing, and I've ordered another really useful box to place painted miniatures in. I want to at some point start sorting my completed miniatures out into things like heroes, village dwellers, monsters, that kind of thing. Maybe even so far as like wizard or magic users, fighters, paladins, that kind of thing, barbarians, that kind of thing. And I'm also waiting for next time I get a suitable box, just a cardboard box, probably A4 size would be fine. That sort of footprint with, a couple inches deep, maybe. That's all I need, really. Or I will make a bar or an inn. I've done that before a couple of times. And I've got an outside of one, actually, which I could do with building up. But as long as I've got the inside, then I can then set a scene, which is how I want to film my narrative campaigns, whether I'm playing D&D or Castles and Crusades or whatever it's going to be. That's how I want to set my game on film. I don't know how else to film it. Well, I could probably think of other ways, more energetic ways, but I just want to set them up as scenes, and I will document the scene, and then I will talk through to you probably my thoughts out loud. I wonder what I'm going to do next if I have a situation, because the thing with the gaming, especially solos, you always got to have a threat of some kind incoming from somewhere, either the environment, other players, yourself, whatever it might be, and see how you deal with it, with what resources you've got. And I can tell you at the start of this game there's going to be little to no resources, which is probably why I want a rogue main character, because I might be able to accumulate anything I need, not least of all money to purchase equipment. Anyway, we'll see how we go with that when the time comes, when I've cleared my desk a bit more. I know I've got a lot of Romans on there at the moment. I did some basing on them recently. That was quite fun. On the bench. It really was quite fun. And I can probably do another on the bench with them. Even if I'm just popping washes onto the bases. That would be quite fun. And it would be quite productive to do as well, because it'll take some time doing all these. I've got quite a lot on my desk, as you may know. I don't know, but I have. Just take my word for it. So if I do those on the bench, or on the beach rather, we're still in summer, so it's still on the beach. If I do those, then yeah, get that done. Yeah. So this bloody wall. I mean, I'm taking off all the old plaster and crap that's on there. It's weird because it looks like there's some bad plastering done underneath it. It looks like, but whoever plastered over the top of it was pretty decent plasterer, nice and smooth, which is a bit bizarre. But I think they just wanted a quick fix, probably to sell the house. Some people think, oh, damp patch, oh, immediately that's bad. You need a lot of work. You don't. As I say, we've got arts, gutter and done. That's the main thing. Outside looks secure. We'll get this redone, and hopefully I'll put some plaster of my own, which is what I've done this side here. I can get that done as well. I'm going to texture it and then paint it. When I say texture, just have like a little bit of sand effect, grit or what have you, and then paint over that. And then maybe a poster or two would be quite nice, I think. I think that'd be quite nice, Maybe my Arkham Asylum sign? I don't know. I'll think of something. Something more interesting than just a plain wall background. So at the moment, I know it doesn't look great. So, yeah, I got my work cut out for me there, which is okay because I can work at my own pace. I've got most of the materials I need. I've got plaster. I might need a little bit of cement, which I will probably get anyway, because if I don't use it here, I can use it in the garden. That's fine. There's always stuff to do, isn't there, unfortunately? But, that's not a problem. We'll get that done. So, really, this brings me today to the end of another weekend, which is a shame. I love my weekends. I love my time off. But as I've said before, since I've started my new job, I'm not dreading going back to work on Monday, which is a nice feeling. It does make for a nice change. And, yeah, I'm okay with whatever they throw at me next week. Fine. I've just finished a project that I've been working on at work, so I'll be ready for a brand new one. Bring it on. I'll be ready. And yeah, so yeah, I can't wait. I might have a little bit of downtime in between waiting between projects, so that might be a good cue for me to start Forest of Doom, perhaps. Oh, and I'm doing little snippets of the Warlock magazines. Well, I've done the first 4 issues, haven't I? If you look back through my videos, I've done the first 4 issues of Warlock. And I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get around to doing the issue 5, because I'm still trying to track it down. It's not easy, because I don't own them. I'm tracking them down, purchasing them, and then going through them. When I was a kid, I only had the first couple of issues. I might have had the first 3, I don't know. Definitely had the first 2, and I might have had the first 3, but I don't remember much beyond that. I know I definitely didn't have any more than that. And it's cool because it's such a short series of magazines, well, at least here in the UK anyway, of only 13 issues. So it's going to be really nice to be able to get through them all, as opposed to my Lord of the Rings D'Agostini ones, which I've only done issue 1. I'm still going to do the others as well at some point. Probably more of a winter project, that one. I'm thinking Lord of the Rings has more of a winter vibe to it. I don't know. What do you think, guys? I think Lord of the Rings has a winter vibe to it as opposed to a summer vibe. I think summer's more for, well, for me, summer is more for new projects, or role-playing, or painting. That's not to say I don't do painting in the winter, but I specifically like Lord of the Rings, particularly in winter time. So I don't know. Who knows? But that can change. It can all change at the drop of a hat, as far as I'm aware. It just can do. That's fine. Just gonna have another sip of coffee a minute. Is there anything else that's been going on that I can talk to you about? Well, as I say, I've purchased a few miniatures. They'll probably just get put in a box of unpainted miniatures, along with my hundreds and hundreds of other unpainted miniatures, because I want to get these finished first. I've got one character that I'm going to be starting with, but I really need to work out who my other characters are going to be. And I look at some, even the ones I'm starting to paint here, and I'm thinking, he's an interesting character, like this guy here, and he's like short, but he looks like a sort of fighter type, but he looks quite short. Yeah, not very imposing or intimidating. I don't know. Got an awful lot of Romans though, but they are going to play a part in my role-playing campaign, because they're not going to be Romans as such. They're going to be town guard, city guard. Might be even turned into an army come the climax of the adventure. It sounds like I'm making up a railroad adventure to portray to you guys. I'm not, I promise. Um, it's going to be sandbox, total sandbox, but it's just going to have certain elements like the beginning has to have this, and there are just a certain elements I want to throw into it somewhere along the line. I don't know where. I may end up making a table for it. Like, is this the city where I find, is this the city that's going to have a big magic school or a big rogue school or something like that, or a big order of holy men or something like that, and I'll just put it down, number them up, and or events as well. What events are going to happen? There's not an awful lot I've got to go. I know I want a fighting pit, a gladiatorial fighting pit, because I've got gladiators. I've got a fighting pit arena. They're going to be incorporated into a game somewhere along the line, and that's how I used to run my games when I was a kid, really. I didn't railroad people, but I knew that at some point along the way, if possible, and that's the important point, I wouldn't force it, but if possible, if I wanted something like, say, a fighting pit arena, if possible, the opportunity arose, then I would slip it in, because I had things like those encounters, or those situations rather, written up, all detailed, etc., because I just used to spend pretty much all my free time working on this kind of stuff when I was a kid, and when I wasn't playing games and that kind of thing. I completely lived in a totally imaginary world, fantasy world, because it was better than the real world at the time. And yeah, so that's what I did, and that's how I ran my games. So that's how I'm used to it. So that's how I'm going to run the game with myself, although I won't be GMing myself. That'll be down to an oracle such as, Scarlet Heroes or Mythic or something like that. I mean, the one that's in Scarlet Heroes is more simplistic. The Mythic one can be sometimes give you more. Wow, I wasn't expecting that results. And I've also got the decks of cards, the Game Master's Apprentice oracles to use as well. I could use those at a pinch, and I might use them alongside Mythic. I might say to myself, right, now comes the time I need to ask a question. Which oracle am I going to use? I've got Mythic here. Probably be my main go-to one. But if it's something just simplistic, like do I find a book on healing plants in the library, I'll just use the Game Master's Apprentice deck of cards or something like Scarlet Heroes. Done. Yes, no, maybe. But with the Mythic ones, you have the more forceful yeses and nos, like yes. Not only do they have it, but they have like a magic one or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm gonna use those. And I do like all the adjectives and descriptors that you have in the Mythic Oracle to change up or create new circumstances or reactions from NPCs. And of course, Scarlet Heroes has all the solo tools you need really in the back of that. And I'm grateful and thankful that I have those already. Well, coming up to 19 minutes, so I better get a move on with this coffee, hadn't I? So, hope your weeks have been good and your weekends have been good. I hope your week ahead is a good one. What's happening in your hobby life is all good, and everything's going well for you. That's awesome. It really is. We have had some good walks this weekend with Dylan. Really good walks, and the shorts. Put up a few shorts this weekend, which have gone down quite well, I have to say. I tend to use my shorts as more of this is my real life kind of stuff, as opposed to I use the minis as kind of short videos, but they're more hobby related. They don't have to be. They can be non-hobby related, but they're mostly hobby related. And of course, all my other videos are hobby related. But the shorts are usually me behind the scenes, that kind of thing. I'm thinking of incorporating something like that into my other channels because I've had them for a few years as well. I've not tried to get them off the ground that much, but I really am hoping to, particularly my media review channel, Pete's Media Reviews. I'm going to be filming another couple of reviews for that today. I'm going to be doing Iron Man and Hulk from the Marvel Cinematic Universes. It's just been a lot of movies lately, and I enjoy doing that. That brings me joy, so I will be doing that. What else? Getting an electrician to come around and sort out. Not that there's anything wrong really, but we've got the fan lights that plug into the dangly bits in the ceiling. You just plug them in like a lamp. It's got a light on it, but it's also got the fan that spins it. But I don't like the idea of it spinning the wire, so I'm going to get fixed into like the beam fixed unit. I can't think of the word off the top of my head right now. Joys of MS and brain fog, but I think you know what I mean. The ones like that attached to the beam across the roof, the bit that the wire hangs out of. But anyway, the actual screwy in bit or the twist and turn bit will be straight into this ceiling. I don't like ceiling lamp shades. I think they're antiquated now and just gather dust. What's the point? So I don't deal with that. Yeah, it's true. It can focus light in an area, but you can get actual light bulbs that do that for you now. Particularly like this one. It's not the brightest, and in the winter, I'll probably be swapping that out for a bright LED bulb. Because I won't need the fan anymore. I've not got the fan on now, to be fair, because it's quite a comfortable temperature here at the moment. It's not bad. So anyway, that's my chill this week, I guess. Didn't get to finish the coffee, but my channel, my rules. I think I've bored you enough with what's been going on, which hasn't been an awful lot. I really can't think of anything that's like exciting. Oh, there is one thing. My wife, Mrs. Mini Warzone, she's starting her new role within the same company, but she's starting it tomorrow. She's excited. She's already been down to meet the new team and all the rest of it, or part of the new team, because it's big. It's a bigger, goes across the country, bigger. They work from all parts of the country, and so it's much bigger area really than what she used to work for. But she's very excited, looking forward to that, and it's nice to see her animated about her work. Sometimes it changes as good as the rest, and that's what happened to me when I changed my role. Things got hugely better. Anyway, guys, like I say, I think that's it for now. Thanks ever so much for watching. Do give the video a thumbs up at the very least, please. If you have the hype option and it appears on any of my videos and you don't mind, please hype it. Just press it. It doesn't cost you anything. Just you get so many if you meet certain criteria, and it hypes smaller channels and that to push their videos through the algorithm. Because people think, yeah, give this video a go. Alright, it might not be this video, but if you see it on any of my other ones, sometimes I see it. Can't hype your own videos, for fair enough. But if any of you guys get that chance, I'd be very, very grateful. And don't forget to subscribe as well while you're at it. And hopefully, I'll see you on another video. We'll talk some more hobby, or you'll see me doing some hobby. We'll paint miniatures, we'll talk games, magazines, all that good stuff. Until then, my friends, see you around. Bye for now. Bye-bye.